Hiya. So it's been a while. Um, like a really long time, and I'm sorry I don't have my glasses on because you can see glare. So I'm taking these off and I'm trying to be mindful of the time without constantly looking up. I haven't done one of these videos in a long time. So, as we all know, Stranger Things has been delayed, as well as Wednesdays for the Stranger Things season 5 and Wednesday season 2. As long as we get a conclusion for Stranger Things, I think we should all be grateful we are getting something and pray we don't get canceled before they finish this series. Me and my parents both, all watched Stranger Things. Originally, it was my dad who kind of brought it up. I don't know if I had even looked at the trailers, and it was mainly convincing my mother, hey, let's watch this. We bonded over it and enjoyed the story, and we're grateful Mom continued to watch it, even with all the scary creatures in it. Season 2 kind of got me a little dwindled. And the thing is, for me, I'm not exactly a slice of life kind of person or rom-com kind of person. If you have any romance or comedy, you have to have sci-fi or fantasy for me, or horror for me, and thriller for me to stick to it at all. And if you don't have enough, then I start to dwindle. So season 2, I start dwindling, but by the end, I kind of start regaining that interest. But season 3 is when it really was starting to come back. And we had to take our breaks if we had other things we were watching, and we had that when we were watching it. Heck, we were all excited during season 4 and the concert Doritos concert. I made sure I had a way to watch that, and we were able to watch it on our TV and listen all the music that my parents grew up or whether they were teenagers or adults listening to, and that I grew up listening to what they listened to and enjoyed. But season 4 also did something else to me. It made me nearly bawl my eyes out in the sense of, well, I'll get to it. I nearly did. I was crying, but I made sure I wasn't bawling my eyes out because of me masking and trying not to freak out my parents. Like, why am I bawling my eyes out for? Did something happen? Or am I okay? So the thing about it is, in season 3, we got introduced to Maya Hawke playing Robin Buckley. Now, I didn't catch it in season 3 right away. And looking back and then rewatching the series from time to time, at one point I was even watching it when I was at work, and it was actually okay for me to watch at work. I wasn't actually being lazy. It was part of the job. That's all I can say. There was a scene in season 4 where she talks to, I think Nancy it was, about her faults, as she put it, I believe. If not, she phrased it another way. And the way she described it, and then looking back and realizing how her character was, and I even was starting to wait a minute. Kind of slow realization, mainly in season 4. The reason why I started to nearly bawl my eyes out is because I finally felt seen. I am on the spectrum. For those of you who do follow my videos or find my videos, I'm on the spectrum with ADD and, well, now ADHD, most likely a combo or a mix of both. Two of the three different kinds of ADHD, or the other two kinds of ADHD, where I'm antsy and also spacey. I can't remember what term is at this moment. As well as being diagnosed with Asperger's syndrome. yes, Asperger's is not used normally anymore, and that's why we have the spectrum disorder. But I was diagnosed long before the spectrum disorder was named or labeled. My parents watched the show Parenthood as well as the movie that originally inspired the show. I watched Big Bang Theory semi-begrudgingly. Good Doctor, similar situation, but not because of the main character. I've enjoyed Steven Universe, Ruby, or RWBY for those who know what I'm talking about from Rooster Teeth, and am aware of so many other characters that most media portrays in one way, shape, or form of anything on the spectrum disorder, whereas the ADD part, well, ADHD now, or the autism part. I never fell into either of those, or, well, or just one side of it. I always thought I was closer to the ADHD side growing up, but when I was diagnosed nearly out of high school with Asperger's, I figured out myself, but it wasn't until we got season 4 of Stranger Things and Nancy and Robin were figuring out who Vecna it was that I felt finally seen, because I saw myself. I saw my personality, I saw my mannerisms, and I saw me. And I have to thank the creators of the show and the character, as well as Maya Hawke. I was just trying to make sure I had the right name, for portraying this character so amazingly that I finally felt like I was being portrayed in media properly. I felt like I was being seen, and I could see myself in TV. The last time I felt any way, shape, or form about this was when I was watching the animated Beauty and the Beast on VHS tapes. So I have to thank Maya Hawke and the creators of Stranger Things for finally showing